still go back to the drawing board and figure out a better way, because there's always another way to do something.
Yeah, that's great that you know that. It's always another way. But like Brittany Norwood was always trying to compromise with you. The patience of a saint, that one. You was acting like there was no other way. There was no way. There's only your way or the highway. Well, Tiffany, this is the highway. Congratulations. You found the highway.
Once everything come up, I did tell everybody that we was going to do a town hall meeting and relate to the financials, because everyone's waiting on financials. We all are. So I just want to clear that up as well, because people like to just say stuff.
Every time they tried to get this to do a meeting so where they could just go over the financials, she was always telling them no, talking about they was grandstanding and y'all wait till we get here. You could have called me. Oh, now it's all of a sudden, if y'all had been patient, I was planning a meeting about the finances next Tuesday. Ish, how convenient. Hey y'all, it's your girl J9 Eve. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, get into the comments, you know what I'm saying? Do all the things that help Mama channel grow, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of interesting things happened at that meeting a few days ago, okay? They had a meeting on Tuesday, Thornton Township meeting, and it looked very, very different. You'll notice a lot of people are missing. Some extra people are there. Some people are there who actually aren't even supposed to be there, that are usually there but are supposed to be because they were laid off, but they're in denial. That's happening. So it gets interesting. So we're going to get into the part where after they went into their little private meeting, when they came back was when a lot of interesting things happened. So we're going to do a reaction to some of these things, to this part of this meeting. It's hilarious. Okay. Let's hop in.
Because we was in closed session, we cannot really discuss it. But I will make a statement for the record.
Okay.
I already told the Board of Trustees that this is political retaliation. This is targeting, and they should not target these individuals to try to lay them off.
Don't be doing that.
I also told them that they will be sued for doing so.
Not the lawsuit.
But yet they still choosing to pick these people, which they said Keith Freeman gave them. So make sure y'all add him in y'all lawsuit to target just these individuals. Normally when you do layoffs or consider layoffs, you normally go, you meet with management staff and you go line by line, or you go over things or where people can make cuts at and do things to make it make sense.
Oh, is that what they do? Is that the procedure? Because what you said did not, it sounded like some shit you just made up. If I had to assume, which I'm going to, of course, if I had to assume, I would say, you don't know what the procedure is. You don't know. Just say that, Tiff. It's okay. Just say, I don't know what the procedure is. I don't know nothing.
Right now, people are voting with their emotions, and they're not being wise as it relates to handling the business and allowing the business to handle them. So again, I am totally against this. As you know, I told them y'all do what y'all think y'all can do, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. So they're gonna vote for it, but again, these people will still be employed here in the village of Dalton. So I'm just making sure that everyone is crystal clear of that. So when it happens, you understand the why.
Okay.
Okay,
thank you for that. So sweet.
Oh, you got a comment now, huh?
Yeah, got a comment.
All right. So the layoffs are due to financial issues that the village of Dalton has. I did mention already that managers who may have spoken up asked that we do not include their names for fear of retaliation. So there's trying to insinuate that Freeman is the one that gave us is incorrect. This decision came about because our finance consultant, the CPA firm, let us know that we are in dire need and layoffs need to happen. This is I hate to say this because I don't want to cause a big panic, but this is a starting point, because we are finally beginning to get information, because for months and months we would indicate that we don't have financials. We haven't had it for 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. So I know many people heard that. So this meeting is the first time you hear Trustee Belcher and us reference financials that we've started to get in review. And we got a lot of that information due to the investigation by former Mayor Lori Lightfoot.
Ooh, yes.
So that information is the reason for many of the actions taken this evening, with credit card spending, as well as this beginning of some of the layoffs. It's unfortunate. There's a lot more that we have to do.
Woo! So the layoffs that they've done of these people who refuse to accept it, they said it ain't gonna stick. Apparently, there's a whole bunch more. So if you have not yet been laid off, okay, if you are over there being a Tiffany minion and they have not quite let you go yet, it's coming. Now, what I would like to know is, how about the finance lady had to get laid off? The finance director chick, whatever her name is, Shaniqua Joe, she definitely, what's her name? I can never remember that girl's name. It's like, I don't know, like Laurinetta or something. I don't know. But she definitely had to be on that list, because if anybody ain't been doing their job, it her, okay? She's the finance director and the finances are in shambles. That's directly related, correlated, whatever related to her. So she had to be on that list. I want to see this list of people who ended up getting the boot. Because you know that she ain't there, but sometimes she ain't there. But her not being there, I'm thinking it's definitely because of that. It's my guess.
So we're starting to identify the picture, and we have to identify a plan forward. And unfortunately, this is part of that plan.
Yes.
All right.
Fortunately.
I just want to clear some up that he just stated. He stated that Keith Freeman was not the one that gave it to him. And I quote, Trustee Kiana Belcher stated that they got this list from Keith Freeman.
Oh,
so I wish y'all can listen to the tapes down a closed session and you would hear her say that's who gave y'all this list.
So then why is it in closed session? And if it's in closed session, these are things you talked about in closed session. Why are you up here? They left for like 15, 20 minutes or something like that. And they went in the closed session, went in the basement, the closed session, and then came back. And as soon as they come back, she's like, I can't talk about what we was talking about in closed session. And then immediately started talking about what was talked about in closed session. Tiffany, you going to prison, okay? You going to prison. You going to the prison, all right? It's French. Ain't gonna be fancy though, okay? Just saying.
So again, this is targeted. Y'all targeting individuals, and that's not right.
It's not right.
I still believe you guys should go to the drawing board and figure it out, whatever it.
Okay, yeah. How about we let everybody else come back and you get the fuck on? How about that? Okay. How about them apples?
Is again, the mayor had no say so in this. They just did what they wanted to do, and you're supposed to sit here and talk about things of importance such as a layoff, because at the end of the day, this is somebody's livelihood that you guys are playing with. Y'all can point fingers, place blame, do whatever you feel you need to do, but at the end of the day, you guys still are going about it the wrong way, and you should not pick individuals because they don't follow your orders or don't listen to you or whatever y'all feel is going on. You guys should.
Which is hilarious, because as soon as somebody don't follow your orders, they go missing anyway. How many people did you fire because they went against you? How many people did Tiffany fire because they went up against her? You answer the question. I don't know. But I know it was some. I remember a couple. Okay? I know that's a thing she do, to the point where you can bet on it. If the day that one of her minions stand up against her, she immediately starts trying to figure out how she can get rid of them. And if she can, she does.
Just still go back to the drawing board and figure out a better way, because there's always another way to do something.
Yeah, that's great that you know that. It's always another way. But whenever you was doing some shit wrong, which clearly you were, which is how they got into this mess that they're in, and they were trying to find another way, okay? Like Brittany Norwood was always trying to compromise with you, Heifer. Always. The patience of a saint, that one. She was always still trying to compromise, trying to get you to just, okay, we not coming at you. We just want to fix this stuff. Like, let's just work together. And you was acting like there was no other way. There was no way. There's only your way or the highway. Well, Tiffany, this is the highway. Congratulations. You found the highway.
And as it relates to financials, once everything come up, I did tell everybody that we was going to do a town hall meeting related to the financials, because everyone's waiting on financials. We all are. So I just want to clear that up as well, because people like to just say stuff, but they don't educate them.
Every time they tried to get this bitch to do a meeting so where they could just go over the fucking financials, she was always telling them no, talking about they was grandstanding and y'all wait till we get here. You could have called me. Oh, now it's all of a sudden, if y'all had been patient, I was planning a meeting about the finances next Tuesday. Bitch, how convenient.
The public on how and the whys. Like, I'll give you another example. Do you know that we have union contracts, different things that goes towards a budget, but no one's telling you that. So once it goes to the budget, where's the extra revenue that you brought in to cover the budget amount? You just give somebody a raise, but yet you got to figure out how to pay that out. And then when they try to cut things like I said earlier before we went downstairs, code enforcement. Why would you cut the only thing where people are producing revenue? They go out and they write tickets for people that ain't cut their grass, whether it's the bank or whoever, and other issues in our community. So what I'm saying to you,
no, what they over there doing is pulling a bunch of people over for no fucking reason and giving them tickets for stuff, making them double pay for stuff. You spend all their tax money and then you give them fines for little measly tiny little shits that they do, and then you increase the amount. How many meetings have I watched where she's in there talking about increasing a fine, increase this fine, make this fine this much more, and then the people who is giving them out is crooked. So they're like mishandling it. Oh my gosh.
you
And then she still that too.
Like I said, peanuts compared to the things that you claim is needed. So again,
bitch, I hope you've been putting money away, because you
that's my statement for the record. I'm still advising the Board of Trustees not to go forward with this hit list that Keith Freeman put together on people that he don't like or get along with.
She is pretty pissed at Keith right now. Like, she is very, very, very disappointed. We'll say disappointed in her homeboy. Okay. He turned on her. Oh my gosh. I just think back to other videos, because there's multiple times where I've pointed out the way he even was looking at her, just sitting there like, oh, he's going to turn on her. He was smiling at her and everything, but I could see it. Mama could see it with her third and fourth and fifth and sixth, 7/8 eye. Okay. She could see it. Got 3 eyes in this braid. Okay. I saw it. I was like, yeah, he gonna roll right over her.
And I think the board should be wiser and speak up about what it is.
May I be recognized?
And it's not going off the list
Come on,
that
Brittany.
was provided to us. That is my opinion of it. Go ahead.
Okay, so when you quote me, make sure you do it right. I stated in
that's not Brittany.
Executive session, which you want to bring it up anyway, that we had a meeting with Kasperik's office, which is Lauren, and this was the advice of the accounting firm by way of email. It came from Keith Freeman. Now, what's crazy to me is that 1 minute you do the day-to-day operations, 1 minute Keith do the day-to-day operations.
Yep.
So it's when it fits your agenda. So whether to my knowledge, Keith Freeman is still employed here and is the village administrator, because we have not seen anything set forth and except for the next meeting that's about to start, termination, that when something comes through the village administrator, which, I mean, for 3 years, well, I'll say he's been here 2 years, we haven't been getting nothing. So when these things come, because that's your right hand man,
that part,
we would be able to move forward with what's presented to us. Also, and sit in a 3-hour meeting with somebody that's finally giving us some financial information, you go by the people that you pay the money to say these are the recommendations that you guys need to have. Whereas if it was a hit list, she would have been the first one on the list.
Thank you.
So
exactly. If it was a hit list, she definitely would have been the first one. Okay. She's how all this happened. She's how all this happened. Look at her little look at her little minion over here. I know he's sad because he was on that list too, but here he is. He said, y'all can't make me do nothing. It's that same stubbornness that's gonna have you in prison, sir. You going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail. And when you done, you going to hell. That's my opinion, and I can have that.
I don't think it's considered a hit list. I think it's just a start of trying to move in a direction to clean some of this mess that she and him has gotten us in.
Yes.
I mean, if we want to say it, we're saying it. However it may be. The Board of Trustees don't have a credit card. The Board of Trustees ain't making contracts and signing off on 37%, 27% leases. The Board of Trustees ain't going out telling people, cut all the trees, give me an estimate. It's only $2.8 million. The Board of Trustees ain't doing that. So you got us into this mess, and now we're trying to salvage what we can to get out, and you sitting here talking about a hit list like we on the street.
Oh my God, that is so crazy. I just think back. I can't help but think back. It's like getting whiplash here. Okay, thinking back to Tiffany up there talking about, I go out there and I get the money. I go out there and I get the bag. I get the bag and then I bring it back. I get the bag. No, she was coming here, taking the bag, taking it away. I take y'all's bag and I take it away. I think that's what she meant to say. She kept saying she would take the bag from somewhere else and bring it there, but instead she was taking that bag here and taking it somewhere else. I think we were just misunderstanding her because she was saying it wrong. Okay. And look at this thing up here. How you gonna be grabbing his microphone talking about y'all be quiet? Sir, we don't have to listen to you. You don't even work here anymore.
So
look at him.
we are doing what we're.
He's like, I want to bully people. Please don't take away my right to bully people.
Do with the limited resources that we have to start making financial decisions now that we've got a little information. I think one in particular item on there that she's really mad about is her strong arm might be a limp arm.
Ooh.
I release.
Okay. All right, go ahead. And then I will make the last statement and move on.
Oh, I want to know what she meant by that. Like at first I thought she was talking about Freeman being not as strong as she thought he was, and him turning out to, basically roll over on her and tell on her. But something makes me think there's some other information or something there. Like, well, what was that? Yeah, because you know how Belcher is. Belcher be having the news, honey, the tea.
Okay.
She got the tea.
Let's first talk about the ordinances.
There we go, Norwood.
I think that when we talk about government,
Mm-hmm.
the ordinances are put in place for a reason. Right?
Uh-huh.
And again, I'm going to say that we continue to have checks and balances. That's why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
And for us to have an ordinance that says if anyone hired or anyone fired should come before the board. And then when we look up, we have way more employees because this administration is not bringing the people in front of the board to be hired. So now we have Public Works, who we only supposed to have 20 workers. Our assignment is for 20 workers. Well, we have 32. Ooh. So the common sense and the math tells us that we're overpaying. So if we can continue to get services done with less people so that we can make sure that we can get ourselves out of this financial rut, that's what we have to do. It's not personal. She sit here and act as if we're not in a deficit, but let's not forget, guys, just 30 minutes ago, we were voting on TIF money that we need to transfer. So if we are voting to transfer money that we're not even supposed to be touching, that means we're in dire need. And because we're in dire need, we're saying, hey, we have to make the tough decisions at the moment because they're having a hiring fest. Yes. We look up, and every time I come into this village, I see someone that I don't even know. So they're not coming before the board. She's telling them that they are hired, having them do the job. We have $1 million worth of overtime for some employees, right? We have a police $1 million in overtime for police. Now we have 12 additional workers for Public Works. Then we have a $45,000, $60,000 account saying, hey, we have to make these decisions. So this is just what we have to do. It's not personal, but this has to be done. And truth be told, our account firm told us last year around this time that the layoffs were coming. This is why we have a budget. They continue to ignore the budget. Like now, we don't even have a budget. How is it that the administration haven't provided us with a budget when this was supposed to be voted on and turned into the state as of now? So these are the issues that we're running into.
Yes. And that's something a year ago, they were being told they need to do some layoffs. Not only did they not do the layoffs, Tiffany's been hiring like 50% more people than what was already. Oh yeah, here. I'm gonna give you a job, which is true because she's always talking about that, especially the convicts. She loves to hire the convicts, okay? Okay, she loves that. She loves it. She's like, you got a criminal history. You used to steal. Okay, you used to attack people. She even said murderers and ex-offenders. Okay? Come one, come all. Okay? This is what she said. I'm gonna give you a job. That's what she said. And she did it too.
They're doing things the wrong way and then they need us to fix it and clean it up. So they're hiding the information, and then they're saying, hey, voila, by the way, we're in a deficit. Don't fire anyone, though, and I'm going to keep spending, by the way. And it's unfair. If we keep having money go out and we don't have enough coming in, then that's where you have a deficit. And that's where we are trying to fix this issue at the moment.
That is what a deficit is. That is, yes. She's so just exact about it and still polite about it. You know what I'm saying? As she drags you through the mud very politely.
So again, residents, it's unfortunate, but we have to make these tough decisions so that we can make payroll. Because you all see that we just had to transfer money from the TIF just so that we can make payroll. So think about it. How is it personal when we're transferring money from the TIF just to make payroll?
I'm gonna tell you why, because Tiffany thinks the TIF is hers because it's called the TIF. Like she's like, this is my money. Look, why do you think it's called the TIF?
So the residents can have the services that's needed. Thank you.
Okay, so as you guys can see, it's a lot of finger pointing.
Yeah.
And people don't want to own up to the things they haven't done, the things that's going on in our community, and people got to fact check, but people don't. As I stated before, you know that it is contracts that the board has approved for people to get retro pay. So when we do retro pay, that adds to the budget. How do you pay for that? And then it's other contracts that they're now negotiating currently now. So when that comes back up and says another $500,000, where you gonna get the money from? So then when people keep talking about spending or things that's going on in the community, they should ask themselves, what was your plan to increase revenue when you decided to approve all these things that you wanted to make it like y'all was doing great? Hey, let me give Public Works increase. Let me give fire increase. Let me give the police stay retro. You gave everybody all this money and it added to the budget over $1 million.
Oh my God. No,
so if it's over $1 million, where do you get the extra money that you didn't account for each month? But no one's talking about that. This is me talking to people that understand business, that understand finance.
Tiffany, just give up. You ain't making no sense. You definitely don't understand finance. You know how I know? Because you are the one, okay, who went to the White House for a mayor convention, a little mayor convention, okay, to take pictures with the president, and then charged it to the Thornton Township, to your other job. Charge that trip to your other job, to Thornton. Talking about you understand finances. Bitch, you lying.
Because at the end of the day, when you sit here and you add more, you better be able to produce more. And that goes back to when I state, why are you laying off code enforcement? People that bring revenue in our community. Because at the end of the day, what else you gonna do besides the police?
Because you hired too many of them, bitch. That's why. You hired too many and they're doing overtime when they don't need to. And then another set, you don't have to have them doing overtime. Okay, or hire your own personal actual fucking security and pay out of your own pocket. How about that? She don't want to do that though, because she wasn't spending none of her money. She probably still got all her money that she done made from working her 2 jobs these last 3 years almost, 3 years. She probably still got all her money because she been doing all her stuff that she want to do, buying all her stuff, doing all her things with these people's money. Her lifestyle has been being paid for by these people.
Them the 2 areas that write tickets. Then you had a water department. So if we're not sitting here really talking business and sitting here talking about, hey, we can produce this if we do this. We should change this. But no one's talking like that. People just pointing finger with no plan. That's why I don't follow them. They don't have no plan but point fingers. We have to sit together and sit here and put all
Look at Belcher's face. She over there grinning like a Cheshire cat, honey.
all the mess to rest and talk like adults and say, hey, this is what I want to see from my village. This is what I think we should do in the next months. And we should execute, but we don't do that. Because again, y'all know, like I know, it's election time. It's time to run. Everybody got to make it like this person.
Man, 2 years ago, they were complaining just like this, okay? Back in the Coco times when they had to be on the little filming from home, okay? When it was on Zoom, they was trying to get rid of you, okay? Because you was fucking up. You've been being secretive for years. It wasn't election time then.
Bad, that person bad. This person ain't doing that. That's the game. And that comes with the territory, unfortunately. I told you, it's politics, which is not, it's politics.
She meant to say it's politics. And then she was like I say, it's politics. But it's really politics. She meant to say that the first time. You just say you fucked it up. Just say you fucked the line up. Don't try to play it off.
It's all about what a person can make you believe that's going on in the community. Another issue that I have is all the negativity that they brought to our village. As you can see,
which is how you got really busted. Okay, had it not been for them speaking out to the public, reaching out to the news, you know what I'm saying, it wouldn't have got so big, and it wouldn't have made it so funny when we watch you fall. Like, how you gonna wish that we wasn't here? I could have missed all this. Had they not went out to the news and stuff, this never would have reached me all the way over here where I'm at. Okay, I never would have known. Then you want to be famous, Tiffany? Ain't that what you was putting your face all over the billboards? Ain't that why? I thought that was why you was doing it. You was putting your face all over the billboards, on the side of the highways and all that jazz. Because you wanted to be famous. You wanted to be seen. You want to be the president, bitch. That's what you wanted. Just say that. Just say it. Just say, I wanted to be the president one day. It ain't never going to happen. Just so you know, never going to happen. Okay? And now all of a sudden, you don't want to be famous no more. Let me tell you what's really ironic. Her talking about the media, and she don't want. Why were you on YouTube? Why would you create a YouTube like a podcast? Why would you try to? Who creates a podcast for one town? Just for the town people to see? No, bitch. You wanted to be famous, and guess what? Now you are. Congratulations. You wanted to be famous. Okay, you wanted to be famous, and now you are. You succeeded. Okay, but no matter where you go, please understand, y'all. The rule is still this. No matter where you go, there you are. Use a bitch over there worldwide. Now use a bitch everywhere. So I tip my hand to you. Yeah, Tiffany, you are a person who finds their dream, nails it down, picks out specifically what they want, and you make it happen. You wanted to be the mayor, and you made it happen, and now you're the mayor. You wanted to be seen and known, and you put your name on every single thing that you touch. You put your name on everything. Then you started a podcast that 3 people saw, and then and then you became famous accidentally. You became famous not in the way that you intended. Okay, but you became famous. You should have been more specific in your dreams. You probably just said to the universe, I want to be famous. And the universe heard you and it listened. You should have been specific. What do you want to be famous for? Too late. It's too late now. Okay, maybe your next birthday, when you blow that candle out, you can make a wish to change it all. It ain't going to work. Okay, because I'm still going to make fun of you. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I don't know why I said that. Okay, not sorry. Very much not sorry. Tiffany's done lost all her people. She's starting to lose her mind, okay? And if we're lucky, cross our fingers, she'll lose her freedom. Tiffany has lost her minions. Everybody's out. And oh, how things have changed in such a small amount of time. And on Thursday, okay, Lori Lightfoot is going to be speaking and telling all of the stuff that she's found so far. And apparently it's been enough to create all this. So it's gonna be good, and I'm looking forward to that. Y'all behave, okay? Because I'm not gonna, absolutely not. Just not. I mean, maybe my next life when I'm a squirrel, I'll behave, okay? But mama love you, yes you do. Ooh, peace.